Knickknack's Corner. I'm Nick, wearing my wizarding robe in a corner, top of the morning to you. Well, today we're going to talk about Here's Negan and The Walking Dead Compendium 3. I'm going to start off with Here's Negan because it's really our introduction into the evil, badass Negan. Who is he evil? Kinda. He's evil in the way Rick is. The world doesn't leave much room for compassion the way that it used to when we get to this point in the story. And each group needs a vigorous, strong leader to kind of lead them into the new world. So Here's Negan is about his backstory on his wife Lucille and what he used to do before the zombie apocalypse. We also get to see what it's like for him going through the zombie apocalypse and when he comes across Dwight and all of them and becomes the leader of the Saviors. It's a very short book, very easy to get through, and also amazing. Like, just a great story all around. Highly recommend it, especially if you're a fan of Negan. I am. Rick and Negan are my top two favorite characters in the Walking Dead universe, and I am just a fan of how he works. Compendium 3 starts off with Rick and Co. Coming across a small band of saviors where Rick and them have to deal with them, get rid of them, and that eventually elopes them into Negan's stretch reach, if you will. We also get to see Jesus and Abraham and Morgan all pulling a stronger role at this point in time, right up until All Out War starts. Once All Out War starts, then we have a whole different story altogether. We have a lot of different strings being pulled. We get to meet Ezekiel, who is the king of the kingdom, and he has a tiger, which is pretty cool. Especially if you've read the comics, you know what I'm talking about. We see Dwight do a little bit of a flip-flop. He changes sides from Negan over into Rick's side. And we see them start to plan out how they're going to overthrow Negan. Of course, plans don't go accordingly as what they usually do, and we find our group in a little bit of a pickle. We see Abraham get shot through the eye with an arrow by Dwight, and we see a lot of people get killed at this point in time. All Out War is not without its casualties. Maggie is running Hilltop at this point in time, and Gregory is less than helpful with a lot of that. And we even see Maggie hang Gregory later on. I believe that's just after All Out War. After All Out War, when Rick and them finally slash Negan's throat and puts him in jail, they start to create what's called the New World. And the New World is where Rick and Co., actually the Kingdom, Hilltop, Alexandria, and the Sanctuary, and I also believe that Oceanside is there. The five of them all have pathways towards each other's villages, all cleared out, no zombies along the way. Each town sends out crews of people to clean up zombies so that it's a safe route in between towns and villages. And we get to see Rick become more of a political head figure because he is not godly, but he is looked up to by almost every person in every community, and he can't go anywhere without being noticed. in doing so, this new world, we also come across these new people called the Whisperers, which we've just met on the TV show. The Whisperers, of course, are these nomadic people who like to live in the forests and treat each other as if they are animals. So more like a wolf pack than anything else. Rape to them isn't an issue, where for Negan in the comic books, if you rape, he will kill you, period. Which is a good, I like that. It's a good little way to go. But it's funny because then you see the Whispers and they're very, I've already said it, nomadic, but they are nomadic in the sense that they will just hop on each other without asking permission. And to Negan, that's a huge no-no, and when he gets mixed up with them later on, we're going to see some issues there. We get to see Lydia, who takes Carl's V-card because he helps her get out of jail and shows her around Hilltop, and they get a little boogie on. Soon, Alpha shows up, which is her mother, and we get to see her take her daughter back, and Carl, stupidly enough, goes after her. Lydia is the girl's name. And when Carl goes after her, he unknowingly starts the Whisper War. So he's there, Rick shows up, and they have a conversation. During their conversation, they're left alone, and Alpha goes off, and the whole Pike scene shows up. The Pike scene is quite a shocker. When I got to it, I was blown away at whose heads were on Pikes. It's very different than the show, but it was fantastic nonetheless. And that is where I am up to at the moment with The Walking Dead, because I am waiting for the 4th compendium to come out to read it, and that should be out next month sometime, hoping. And when it is, I'm going to pick it up. I will devour it in a few days, and we will have a review for the 4th compendium, hopefully around the time when the show starts up, so that you guys can all take more of an interest in it, I suppose. I want to know, who are your favorite characters from The Walking Dead? Like, give me your top 5. My top 5 is easily Rick, Negan, Jesus, Abraham, and Michonne. Hands down. Love those 5. In the TV show, it's different. For me, in the TV show, it would be Rick, Negan, Carol. I still loved Abraham, and I would have to say probably Morgan in the show. Morgan is a really cool character in the show. But the comics, something that Robert Kirkman did was just create an amazing world. He let it go for so long. Like, he built this for like 20 years, 20 plus years probably. And he finally brought it to a close as a surprise for everyone, which I am both happy and sad about. Happy because I'll just get to finish it and that'll be it. Sad because I'll get to finish it and that'll be it. But I am wholly looking forward to it, and stay tuned for it. And also, have yourselves a wonderful day. My Goodreads, Instagram, and Tumblr will be down below. And also, I have a Caravan app down below, so you can join some book clubs if you like to read, which, if you're watching my videos, you probably do. So go join the book clubs, because they're fun to talk about. And if you can't find one that you want to join, you can make one up yourself and get people to join you. Also, have yourselves a wonderful day. We'll talk to you next time.